Okay, and I'm live now.
Thing. You will. Hi, welcome to DFT Open House 2020. I'm your host Celeste, and if you wish to craft powerful and emotional stories across multiple platforms, then this is the course for you. Let me guide you through what the digital film and television course is all about. So, in your first year, you have hands-on experience in camera, lighting, sound, and editing. You will learn basic creative storytelling and project pitching, where you learn how to find strong ideas and pitch them successfully to clients. At the end of your first year, you apply everything you've learned to make your very first 3-minute short film.
Don't follow me.
And this is done in a group, so you don't just learn how to make a film, but also how to work in a team, because teamwork is very important in filmmaking. In the first semester of your second year, you experience firsthand what goes on behind the scenes of studio production, where different skill sets, such as communication skills, are put to the test.
Let's go for take 10, 9.
You'll get more in
8,
depth learning in the
7,
following subjects, ranging from cinematography, audio post, screenwriting, writing for non-fiction, and directing. At the end of your second year, you will have a chance to do 2 short films, an 8-minute fun genre film like comedy, horror, or thriller, and a 10-minute documentary. And finally, when you get to your year 3, you will go for a student internship program, where you'll intern at a production company of your choice and get a chance to see firsthand how the industry works. When you come back to school after 4 months of internship, you should be ready for your final stretch in DFT, doing your final year project, and making a film you can be proud to put on your portfolio. Our alumni have won reputable awards such as Cine 65, National Youth Film Awards, Crowbar Awards, and New York festivals. I know it might seem like a lot to process, but don't worry. In DFT, the lecturers are passionate mentors with many years of experience in the industry, and they'll be there with you throughout every step of the way in your learning journey. Besides, there's nothing more fun than learning with friends that share the same passion in storytelling and filmmaking. So if you wish to tell your stories on screen, bring your audiences on an emotional journey of laughter and tears, one award-winning film at a time. Then come join us at
Temasek Coordinating Digital Film and Television.
Hi, my name is Janice and a warm welcome to DFT Film Showcase. For our first year, we get to learn fun foundational skills in modules like camera and lighting, location sound, creative storytelling, film genre, as well as intro to directing, production planning and management, and project pitching. Not to mention, at the end of our year, each one of us will form a team, putting together everything we have learned to shoot a 3-minute short film. Our award-winning short films bear the DFT signature of emotional, passionate, and heartfelt storytelling. So sit back, relax, and enjoy these carefully created short films by our very own.
Yeah, I mean how time flies. You know, the other day Sharifah, you know, she's so funny, you know. She's loved Aiyo, what is that noise? Yes, how time flies. Really, really.
all keep quiet or not? I'm trying to sleep, okay?
Hi, I'm Irene Chan, your new neighbor. So sorry to disturb you. Nice to know you too. Three for $15, right? Goodbye, huh? Crazy woman. Hey, Ahong, clean for me this fish properly, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Hey.
Wow, hey. Không có phải cái gì.
Đi chút chút là cái anh đi quay ao rồi.
Ai yo, 我到底你自己给我留一边，你都冇教我留。
哎呀，不要紧啦，我资料请你吃咯。
Excuse me, how much is this tree?
Some people already. The auntie buy already. Only left a small one can.
This one
Small one quite nice one. Last one already, yeah.
Okay lah, take it lah.
Hey, hi. I just bought this tree for 50% discount. Nice tree, huh?
Ayah, my clothes. Help! Fire! Help! Fire! Fire! Help me, someone! My Christmas tree on fire! Help!
I'm here to help you, don't worry.
All of you, thank you for helping me. Thank you so much.
Lagi bos kalah.
Este bos?
Sing, aqueyo, kutudo sa camrado. Sa camrado tudo jabela, cabelo tu jabranco. 60 years ago, we were in Katong Convent. Actually, last weekend we got together to talk about old times. Have you heard the story of the bat, the ball, and the angry nun? When I was in school, most of our teachers were nuns. They were so strict, and we had to follow their rules. Rules for our uniforms,
Way too short. What is this? Button up.
and our hair.
That's too long.
Certain rooms were out of bounds to the pupils, like the PE room. The PE room was only open for PE lessons. And that day, I managed to sneak in.
Guys, look what I found! Oh, goodness gracious! Where did you get it? I got it from the PE room. Wanna play around and rounders? Of course! Let's see the ball. 3, 2, 1, hit! Yay!
We had so much fun at recess, we didn't realize that time was up until
What's going on?
luckily your Nana is very smart. Marine Parade was surrounded by the sea, and Katong Convent was actually just next to the sea.
Where's the bat and ball? Where is the bat and the ball?
What bat and ball? Did you see any bat and ball? No, what bat and ball?
Furiada, what I learned is never to put anything into drains when you don't know where it leads to, especially when the tide is high.
Who did it? Confess. Who?
Never make a nun angry.
No, I saw the bat.
Would any of you disobey me like that?
It was me. It was me.
Since all of you are guilty, all of you will be punished.
Some of the longest friendships were forged after standing out in the sun together.
Maybe I should get a bat and ball too.
Maybe you should. Warna Fikarayu, okay?
Trilali-lala baba, trilali-lala nyonya, pucuklah pisang si bunga rampe.
Cooking has always been my dream. I love watching my mama cook. But as a boy in a Peranakan family, Mama never allows me in the kitchen. The only way that I can learn is to watch her secretly. Her ayam bakala is the best, but I always miss the last step.
Keluar! Lu tak boleh dengan cakap Keluar! Is that you? Get lost! Hey, keluar for the millionth time! Why are you in the kitchen? Get out!
Mama, are you cooking ayam bakala? I don't love bakala.
This baklava, if not scrubbed and soaked properly, and we eat, we die. You mati, mama mati. In my life, you are my keluar, and you will be the death of me. Sudah pergi masuk, do your homework.
Okay, bye.
Kebaya.
I never knew Mama's last steps of making ayam bakala.
But I never gave up cooking on my own. And today, I am in the finals of this competition. Coming up with a dish for this final stage was pretty easy because the theme for the main dish was Peranakan food. Having been so impressed with my passion, I felt eager to cook ayam buah keluak. Even without knowing the full process of Mama's dish, I learned how to make ayam buah keluak style. But it never tasted like hers. I was not sure if the judges would even like my dish. The last step is tamarind water.
Hey, keluar. Mama mau pergi pasar buy belacan. You better stay here and finish your homework.
That cook is for Nunya's only.
Like some boy like you.
Cannot cook. Draytan, you want to masak? Never.
The competition was one thing, but I knew I still had one more judge to face.
Sedap. Tastes different though. What did you add?
Ayah Mama, I am keluar, right?
我迷路了，你可以带我回家吗？这里。
哦，我知道，我带你去吧。
谢谢你。对了，就是这里，这里就是我的家，谢谢你。
Yes, who is this?
Hello, I'm calling from Havelock Home for the Aged. Is this Mr. Lee?
Yes, speaking.
We're calling to inform you that your mother has...
What?
We suspect that she might be at home because the whole morning she had been telling us how she wanted to go home to cook dinner for you.
你在干嘛？
我想你了，所以回来煮饭给你，因为
这样做是很危险的，你知道吗？如果你出什么事怎么办？
儿子，我想看看你。
你想看我的话，你可以打给我。
我每次打给你，你都说工作很忙，不肯听我的电话，不要打了。而且今天是你的生日，来，你坐下，坐下啊。你看，妈煮了你最喜欢吃的炖猪肉。儿子，妈真的好想你，担心你生产吃不好，担心你生病。儿子，如果妈能够每天都看到你，那该有多好！而且生日要开心，不要哭啊。妈妈，
Why？
妈，对不起。
Hello, is this AIC? My mother has dementia. I need someone to take care of her while I work. What are my options?
My brother changed. He doesn't play with me anymore. I don't understand him. Others may make fun of you. But I will protect you. You will always be my brother. Claw, you may be born different, but I will always love you. Every year, every P3 student has to buddy with a P1 student. But I never liked it. This is my new buddy, Rui from China. 所以姐姐可以去装水吗？ It's so annoying. 所以姐姐可以去图书馆吗？ Like I'm her 24-hour babysitter. 所以姐姐可以去花园吗？ Sometimes I even wish that I can have someone else as my buddy. Because I came back from Australia, I don't understand her. No! And she doesn't understand me. 可以去 No. 可是 No. 不要 Don't follow me. I didn't think anything bad was going to happen. But it did. Why are you here? Didn't I tell you to go 教室 to wait for me? Why can't you listen to simple instructions? Sorry, I heard 教室 as 教室, so I came here find teacher. Can you not be angry at me, Zoe 姐姐? I have something for you. I didn't expect my mispronunciation would lead to something else. I miss my big sister. She's very far away. In spring, flower will bloom in my home garden. I always pluck this flower for her. After I met you, I less miss my big sister. You are like my big sister. Because you don't understand me, I learn English to understand you. Thank you for being my buddy, Zoe 姐姐. Why are you crying, Zoe 姐姐? Every year, every P3 student has to buddy with a P1 student. Dinu. Giraffe. I never liked it. Till I met Ray, my buddy.
Boy，想吃什么？
咕噜肉。
酸甜卤肉咕噜
Boy，你要吃什么？
咕噜蒜菇煎蒜卤猪。
讲什么啊你？讲好才叫啦。
Hi, I'm Hongwei. He is Amir. I'm in the studio. What's your name? I am Patrick. Where's your food? Why are you not eating? I don't know how to order. Don't know how to order? Auntie doesn't speak English and I don't know how to order in Mandarin. Can you help me order? Cannot. But we can help you learn to order. Don't worry, stay back after class. I know what to do.
Okay, thank you, class. See you guys next week.
Gu, lu, ro. Now repeat. Gu, lu, ro. Auntie, 我要咕噜肉。Come on, you got this. Auntie!
你要吃什么？
What happened? Why you run? It's okay, Patrick. There's still time. The auntie. Why don't you just point and say, Jagan? No! Cannot. That's too easy. Why not? I'm scared. Scared? You are not scared. You are Patrick and you are better than this. Yeah, you're right. No, he is Hongwei. You want the dish, right? Yeah. Yeah, you need more than just English. Say it with me. 我要咕噜肉。我要咕噜肉。Yeah， 我要咕噜。
Boy，你要吃什么？
Auntie， 我要咕噜肉。
哎，快点出来闭啊！
I'm Michelle Nandini Balasubramaniam. It was my first day of internship at Orchard Hospital. My dream had always been to become a nurse. Patient 52 was my first patient. Priya, my senior nurse, gave me a little insight into him. He's new and can be very grumpy. But how bad could he be? There was nothing I couldn't handle. Good morning, uncle. How are you?
எனக்கு வர்த்து கொத்திட்டு போ
You understand English?
எனக்கு வர்த்து கொத்திட்டு போக சொன்னனே சீக்கிரமே கொத்திட்டு போ
Is it food? Or you want water?
ஒண்ணு இல்லையே போயிடு போயிடு போயிடு
But you want to go out, is
போயிடு
it?
போயிடு
Out or you want My efforts to help were pointless. I dreaded the call bell. I didn't want to keep messing up. But because I didn't understand Tamil, I had to keep guessing what he wanted. One day, I thought I had figured it all out.
என்ன இது
Uncle, this is your food.
முட்டாள் எனக்கு மருந்து வேணும்னு கிட்ட சாப்பாடு இல்லையே
But apparently, I
எனக்கு
didn't
பசி இருக்குல
figure
ஒழுங்கா
it
எடுத்து
out.
போயிடு ஒழுங்கா போயிடு உனக்கு பார்க்கவே எனக்கு பிடிக்கல போ போ
I was completely lost. I felt like a failure. I wanted to give up on my dream. It was like everything was falling apart. Then, Priya told me something about Manish that gave me an idea.
Happy Father's Day, Uncle Manish! Happy Father's Day!
அன்புள்ள அங்கிள் மனேஷ் வெங்கட்ராமன், இவங்க தனியா இங்க கஷ்டப்படுறது எனக்கு புரியுது.
Good job. But actually, why are you so bad in Tamil?
Oh, because I don't normally practice it at home.
We are doing so well.
Thank you.
Okay, let's continue.
Okay. ஆனா நாங்க இங்க because of his injury, he couldn't provide for his family back in India. That's why he's so grumpy. தந்தையார் தின வாழ்த்துக்கள், Uncle Manish.
ரொம்ப ரொம்ப நன்றிமா
I know I'm still new and I'll face even more struggles in the future. But it's moments like this that makes my dream worth chasing.
我最爱吃的是手工鱼圆面，因为它的圆 QQ 的，非常有弹性，它的面条很好吃。我每个星期都会至少吃3碗，谢谢。
好，下一位陈新慧同学。
我是陈新慧，我今天的 presentation 是我最爱吃的食物，那就是 Big Mac。
讲华语。
Big Mac 是一个 hamburger， 我最喜欢吃它的牛肉，因为很淡的。跟Lucy，我不喜欢吃它的 because 因为很。我讲完了。
因为人不能急于求成，你别担心，我们的下一堂分享会是1个月后，只要你不放弃，我相信你一定能说得更好。
阿公I'm home.
What's wrong? Look what I bought you. Ta-da!
All because of you.
What happened?
Uncle, I don't want to talk about it.
Tell me lah. What's your beef with the beef burger?
Everybody laughed at me during my Chinese presentation today.
Uh-huh.
It's my favorite food, you know.
Burger only one.
It's not just any burger, okay? The Big Mac.
Big Mac. 2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
Gong Chinese.
Oh wait, I think there's a Chinese version too.
Really? Can you teach me? 小明的妈妈叫他收拾他的房间。
不是收拾，收拾。
小明的妈妈叫他收拾。
Hey.
Why Chinese so difficult? I give up. They can laugh all they want. I don't care anymore.
You need practice to improve. 人不能急于求成, which means no one will improve overnight.
阿公, my teacher said the same thing, but do you really think it will work?
Of course.
Promise to practice with me every day, okay?
Xinghui, 你肚子饿了吗?
Yes, I'm hungry. Wait, 阿公，我饿了。
那你想吃什么？
我想吃那个。
哦，那个。
阿公 chicken chop rice 啦。
哦 ，chicken chop rice 就是鸡扒饭嘛。
哦，阿公，我今天想吃鸡扒饭。大家好，我今天要和大家分享的是。大家好，我今天要和大家分享的是。
新慧同学，到你了。
大家好，我今天要和大家分享的是我心目中的超级英雄。你们想猜猜谁是我的超级英雄呢？
我知道，你的超级英雄是麦当劳叔叔，因为有一个披萨。
不是麦当劳叔叔，我心目中的超级英雄是我的阿公，他用了我最爱吃的巨无霸，让我的中文突飞猛进。什么是巨无霸？巨无霸是双层牛肉巨无霸，酱汁洋葱加青瓜，芝士生菜加芝麻，人人吃了笑哈哈。所以我的阿公才是我的超级巨无霸，谢谢。阿公，我爱你。
Hello, and welcome to the TP Open House 2020. Okay, I hope you enjoy the films. They were done by our year ones. My name is Fernie, and I'm a lecturer at DFT. So I'm here with the students. We have Lester, we have Celeste, and we have Fela. We are here to answer any questions that you might have about the course. Also, the students with me will also share with you what it's like to be a student filmmaker here in TP DFT. Maybe we can start with Lester. Why did you choose DFT?
Hi, I'm Lester. I chose DFT because I have a huge interest in filmmaking since young. Whenever I watch those Taiwan Korean dramas, I was like, how did they do the behind the scenes? Which really impressed me, which then I decided like during secondary school when I going to IT or poly, I decided to choose this path as it was very interesting and yeah, based on curiosity.
Maybe we can hear from someone else.
Okay, I joined DFT because ever since I was younger, I've always been a film enthusiast. And I think beyond being a film enthusiast, I also wanted to venture in learning more about film. So that's why I joined DFT, because we can learn more about like every element of filmmaking, from like basic editing to cinematography and directing and producing as well. Yeah, so far we've learned a lot in depth with like the storytelling and all that. So yeah.
Okay, if there's any question from the viewers, please just leave a comment in the comment box. So maybe Celeste, you can let us know how is the experience here different from secondary school?
Okay, so in secondary school, we have like our schedules and everything, like classes from back to back. But in TP, we have lectures, so it's like 3-hour lectures. And the assignments are more on your own time, own target. So you really have to plan your time properly. And the lecturers will still look after you, and like you can always ask them if you have any questions. But it's more of like you have to take the initiative to ask them also. And yeah, it's more of also the first step into the industry, and it's more similar to when you're going to work as well. So it's not really a school based already. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe we can move on and get the students here to share with us also. And what are the highlights of your student DFT experience so far? Any one of you?
One of the highlights for me is definitely pitching to the clients, as it's something new to me. So most of the project, in fact, every project will have a client that we will look up to, and through this client and student relationship, we get to learn how to pitch to client as if we're in the industry. And I felt that was a very useful tool that I can use in the future. And it was a highlight seeing how the clients react to our films. And also one of the other thing is to actually see the progression from year 1 to year 2 to year 3. You get to see how much you have improved in terms of storytelling and camera, which is very like heartwarming for all of us student filmmakers.
Okay, I see a question is by Shakir, right? He's asking the students here, what is the stress level or workload like? So thank you to the others for helping to answer. But maybe another student here can help us talk about your workload, the school load, or your stress level. Let's have Fela.
Okay, so I think the stress level and workload will vary for different people. But if you are someone who loves to do projects, then this course is definitely for you, because for every single module that we have, there are many different like assignments that are given during different checkpoints. And I would say over the years, like from year 1 to year 2 and year 3, the workload will definitely increase. And I think after assignments, you will get more assignments, but it's not in a way to like kill you, I would say, because it's still bearable. And as long as you have the right working attitude and you have the motivation to actually do it, then I think it's fine. And if you also have the right friends to help you pull through your journey, and also don't be afraid to speak out to your lecturers if you actually need help from that as well. So I would say overall, we would say that it's so stressful and all that, but at the end of the day, it's all like worth it. So yeah.
Any of the other two students want to add to this? At your 2 cents worth?
Actually, I kind of agree with Fela that the stress varies for different people. But although we have like, the stress increases, but I think one thing good is that we learn how to manage the stress also, and it helps with us like when we go out into the industry, there will definitely be more like pressure and everything. So I think the first step in DFT, when we get to experience all of this, it helps us like know how it's like, and it'll help us go into the industry better, and it'll help us ease into it. Yeah, so for me, I felt very stressed, especially during term 2, when we had more assignments and everything during my year 1, because it was so different from secondary school. But slowly afterwards, you'll get used to it, and like your peers also, then you naturally like ease into the design stress. And afterwards, although it's very stressful, and like you feel like you had done a lot of things, you feel it's very worth it, because at the end of the day, film is like passion, and you once you see your film up there, you feel like everything was very rewarding.
Okay, some of the films that we have just watched were actually done by this batch of students. So they were all year 1 films. So some of the films, the directors or the crew on those films are actually in the same room as me. So one of the film was done by Celeste, right? Would you like to share with us how was the experience like when you were shooting your very first short film? So share with us the high and low points too.
Okay, so if y'all don't know, the film that I directed for was My First Buddy. So it's talking about like a P3 and P1 student, and then they had communication issues. So for me, okay, the low points, I would say that there were a lot of miscommunications, and in a team for film, the crew, communication is very important. And because we had some misunderstandings here and there, we had a lot of conflicts, and then there were like mini fights, and it kind of like drained out a few of us. And I would say 2 of us are not talking also. Yeah, but it's all part of the, I won't say that in a group you definitely lose a friend or anything, but it's up to the people that during work is work, and afterwards friendship should not be affected. So it's really up to each individuals. But talking about the good things, honestly, I feel like through my first short film, I have learned so much. Like I've learned what is, for example, teamwork. And in film, teamwork is very important, because you have to work with almost everybody, especially once you go into an industry. You need to learn to work with different people with different styles. And I think that through this one, it has helped me learn a lot. And also for the first film, I think I've learned so much for screenwriting and also directing, like how to craft your story like from the beginning to the end. So you have your act 1, act 2, and act 3. And writing a script is actually not as easy as you watch a film like that. You actually take so much effort and so much consideration as to whether it feels right and fits right, and whether there's a flow and structure. So it takes much more than just, a story right there. Yeah, so my takeaway would be like, although in a team, y'all have to, communication is key. That is my main takeaway from the entire film. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, and for me, for my year 1 project, I wasn't the director, but I was the assistant director. And I think one thing everyone should know is that every single role of a team is as equally as important as everyone else. So you don't exactly have to be the director to be significant in the whole team. So for me, as the assistant director, I was in charge of the logistics and basically keeping the group together. So basically coming up with daily schedules, agendas, reminding groups for their deadlines and stuff like that. That's really important in the whole production process, from pre-production to production and throughout the whole journey really. So I think that one of the challenges that I faced in my year one project was how I actually had to do reshoots. So I think one thing everyone should know is that it's okay to have setbacks, because as long as you have the motivation and will to actually achieve it till the end, then you can definitely make pass. So for us, when we had reshoot, my whole group and I, we were really demoralized, and we felt like, oh my god, it's our first project and then we already have reshoots, and some of us even lost motivation to finish this whole thing. But I think if everyone is encouraging each other in the team and motivating each other that it's gonna be worth it till the end, then it's totally fine. Yeah, so I think when it comes to group projects, you guys must really plan ahead, and whenever you guys are scheduling for your different assignments, because during our film projects, it's not the only project that we're doing. We have so many different other modules with many different assignments on top of that. So if we can manage our time well, I think everything will be fine. Yeah, so I think communication in a project team is the most important. And if the whole team, right, has the same motivation and the same goal to reach till the end, and everyone has the same working attitude and work ethic, then that's the best.
Of course, there were other films that were good as well, but we couldn't show all due to time constraints, so we just picked a few. So thank you all for your compliments. We hear you. Okay. Maybe we answer one more question from the viewers. If you have any, just type in. Then maybe I'll get Lester. Maybe you can share with us your highlights of DFT so far. You're in your year 2.2 right now, right?
Yeah. So I think one of the highlights is definitely my first project. So I shot Neighborhood Battle, which wasn't shown, as I was the camera operator for this film. So we have a lot of challenges, especially dealing with casting, as we are managing like over 10 kids casting, and we had a lot of reshoots back to back. So one of the things we had to take note in the film place is that we have to work together as a team. Like what Faila mentioned, is that there's no small or big roles. Everyone has an equal rights to the film, and we should always help each other out. And it doesn't matter whether you're tech crew or creative crew. Everyone gets to play a part in the script writing process from the start to the end. So and also one of the challenges I faced and while shooting this is that it's mainly the casting is very tough, and also shooting it also you have to think about the lighting and the camera works, how the movement gonna go like and stuff. So yeah.
Okay, we have a question for Melody, right? Asking us, is DFT more of a science type or art type of course? Then what are the examinations like? Okay, I will get the students to share with you because they are the ones who's going through it. Okay? So students, jump in.
Okay, so actually this the exams, right, is a part of like some is design, some involve science also. So there's like the technical side where we involve like camera angles, like how to frame your camera shots, and also how you're gonna light up the scene. Like there's like some light shadow over here, some over here, which involves a bit of like science and calculation and stuff. And also like the audio will be involved, where you have a sound man to like do the leveling and stuff, and everything concludes lah. But ultimately, I would say it's more towards design course thinking.
So on top of that, I think that the science part would come in for the technicalities, as you said, like the lighting, the sound. It's all about like the frequency and like basically the camera angles, and some shots are a certain way and you can only achieve it at a certain angle and shot frame and stuff. And the art part comes in when we are brainstorming the story and idea, and like the script and the story and stuff. They're all pure creativity. So I wouldn't say there's a rubric for what's right and wrong, but definitely there's still a guideline. For example, for script writing and screenwriting, there is always like an inciting incident, a midpoint, the lowest point, and the resolution. So this is just the guideline for us to follow. There's no right or wrong, but it's just your pure creativity for coming up with something that's original and something that's just you and something new. So that's the art part of it. And also something very important in filmmaking would be production design. So production design in art is basically creating a world beyond like the screen that will allow audiences to be immersed in that world. So I think that's art because production design is really important in filmmaking, because when you're watching a film, you want to be in that, you want to have the feeling that that world is real and you're actually there. So yeah, that's the artistic part of film.
All right, so I hope we have answered Melody. I know there's one more question for Melody, but hang on. So I want to prompt, if there's any other questions, please ask in the chat now. Okay, then I'll hand over to Celeste to answer Melody. What are the examinations like?
So we don't have a sit-down exam week kind of examinations, although there are some modules that do have writing tests, like maybe a 45-minute to an hour test, but our exams, our grades solely come from projects, and it can be from group assessments or individual assessments. So it can range from research papers or, like you've seen just now, our short films. It's all graded, and yeah, most of our assessments from the littles to the biggest are all graded. So there isn't examination week whereby we all take papers, because in DFT films, it's more about the hands-on, and you learn more from the hands-on rather than only the theory. Yeah.
So on top of that, I think that our course is fully project-based, because if you actually talk about the real film industry out there, it's mostly 99% of them are actually hands-on, and you actually go out there, you go on film shoots, you go on, so it's all hands-on. So our course is really preparing us to be ready to work once you graduate with a diploma. This is why I think our course don't actually believe in written exams and stuff and theory like that, because it's not really, I mean, in a way it helps us to prepare for the like the film theories and stuff, but it's not exactly practical in a way. Yeah.
So what's special about design course is not only will you be able to learn your core stuff, but you also learn the business aspect. So what we learn also involves like other courses such as learning the different cultures in Singapore and other like business thing, which really helps to like expand your job scope whenever you after you graduate and so on. Yeah.
Okay, so you have heard from our students. I hope we have answered all the questions that you guys have, and I hope that you have enjoyed the films that the students produced. So if there are no more questions, we hope to see you in TP. And now we will say our goodbyes. Bye-bye.